February 10th through February 16th. Now we're heading to this full moon. The full moon's going to peak on the 12th, which is Wednesday at 8:53 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But that doesn't matter. We are still in the full moon, okay? Full Leo moon. The full Leo moon will be at 24 degrees Leo. Okay, so look in your chart. Where is 24 degrees Leo? Because that's where it's going to be the illuminated, right? The bright light of the sun is going to be, the bright light of the moon is going to be shining there at 24 degrees Leo. This is going to be trine Venus, and a trine is a positive aspect, a positive triangle. So Leo is often the performer. Venus is all the things of beauty. It's super creative. Then it's going to be opposite Mercury. So across from the full moon is going to be Mercury, the planet of communication in the sign of Aquarius, newness, humanitarian energy. Aquarius has lots of good ideas because it's the genius of the zodiac. It's also going to be square Uranus in the fixed sign of Taurus. Uranus, the oh wow planet, there's going to be a square there. So we're going to have to roll with the punches of change. If change comes in, we're going to envision some good change coming in and enjoy the super creative heart-based full moon in Leo on February 12th. Okay, so until then, big emotions as we approach the full moon, but harmony is available too. Remember that this period from January 31st to April 12th will be revisited because we have these retrogrades going on. So we're revisiting them through the Venus retrograde, through the Mars retrograde. So enjoy the love in the air. Just make good choices, okay? On the 12th, you can't please everyone. So focus on your close relationships and enjoy on the 12th. On Thursday the 13th, you want to pay attention to the details, especially the details that it's going to be Valentine's Day. And it is very, Venus is in Aries, and Aries, Aries is the god of war. So I wouldn't mess up this Valentine's Day if I were you. Mercury is going to move into Pisces right before Valentine's Day. So that's considered Mercury's detriment in Pisces because Mercury is at its best in Virgo. So it doesn't do as well across from that in Pisces. And so you have to be really careful because what I wrote down was, I heard that song, Tell Me Lies, Tell Me Sweet Little Lies. That's what was playing in the back of my head as I was preparing for this. So Mercury might want to whisper poetry in someone's ear, or say all these sweet things, but it's not necessarily going to be able to carry through. It's not at its highest and best. So don't overcommit because you were caught up in the moment and the beauty of it all. Be really careful about what you're committing to. And remember, the Venus retrograde is going to return to this point. So you want to know this isn't going to be one and done. Okay, so make it beautiful. So when it revisits, it's a beautiful thing, but don't overcommit. Be careful. There's lack of clarity. Anytime we have Pisces, which is ruled by Neptune, involved, it's going to be foggy and unclear. And you might not think that you said one thing or you meant one thing, but the other person may pick that up differently. Also, I often say that Mercury in water signs speaks nonverbal. So you can actually be communicating something with your body language that you're not maybe ready to follow through with. Now, this weekend, so this is great that right around Valentine's Day, we have a Libra weekend. Libra rules relationships. It's the 7th house in astrology, which is very romantic. So Saturday is a great day. If you didn't get a chance to celebrate Valentine's Day on the 14th, Saturday is a great day, but it's still foggy. But it's very romantic, okay? But Sunday is not the day to do it. Don't push it on Sunday. There's a lot more issues, so to speak, with the moon in the sign of Virgo on Sunday. The moon will still be in Libra, but it has a square with Mars and it's opposite Venus, and it can just get more tricky. So I wouldn't celebrate Valentine's Day that day. You do better earlier in the week. There's a lovely trine going on with Venus on the full moon on Wednesday. So if you were going to celebrate Valentine's Day, I would say like probably this whole week. Wednesday's really nice if you, can kind of keep your cool during the full moon, but I would not do it on Sunday. All right. So just don't push your luck on Sunday. Let's pull a couple cards here for this Valentine's Day week and see what you need to know. And I'm using the Muse Tarot. Oh, I got one from the Inner Light. And let's take one from the Curious Creatures and see what you need to know this Valentine's Day week. And I'm also going to go with another 8 Coins Astrology Oracle card. Let's see what you got. So we have the Hanged Muse, which came up reversed because it would usually be this way. So it came up upside down. This is Pisces energy, okay? This is the card of divine delay. But she's kind of just chilling, looking at things from a different perspective, not overthinking it, kind of going with the flow. All right. So Hanged Muse showing up. We have the World card showing up again. So more major arcanas, just a lot of major arcanas coming up for us here. So the World, a card of completion, of success, of beauty. And we have the Four of Wands. This reminds me of like a wedding, right? He's kind of like dancing and there's all these roses overhead. So it's really fitting for Valentine's Day. 4 is like a pause number. So you kind of got 2 pause numbers and then the World wants you to celebrate. He also looks like he's celebrating. So, but he does remind me of a wedding. So don't fool around with like, it's not the kind of thing you don't want to be like, oh, and maybe someday we're getting married if you don't mean it. Okay, because this is where the confusion can come in, and be really careful this week with that. Here's your astrology oracle, and it's the 5th house, and this is Leo's house, and Leo is about fun and dating, but I think of 5 as a number of change, but when I think of the 5th house, I think of it as almost like a big concert stage, but it has a lot of sensual vibes to it. And a lot of joy. So make sure you're having fun. Make sure you plan something fun, even if it's just something simple. Again, we're not going to break the bank here, but there's an idea of romance. Okay, so just keep it simple, but keep it beautiful. Keep it very beautiful. And if you live in Kent, Connecticut, or anywhere near that, come visit us because we have some beautiful things in stock, especially for Valentine's Day. All right, let's roll some dice also for this Valentine's Day week. And, oh, you rolled Venus, so that's pretty good. In the sign of Gemini in the 8th house. Okay, so we've got Venus themes on Valentine's Day week. Couldn't have planned that if I wanted to. Venus rules relationships and anything of value. It also rules money. It's in the sign of Gemini, and I'm a Gemini moon. We're kind of a mile a minute, and Gemini doesn't always think everything through, and it's the Lover's card in tarot. So you want to make sure that you are thinking things through, that you're not just like letting your words just spill out. 8th house is Scorpio's house, and it's the house of sex. So it's the house of power, and it's also the house of other people's monies and combined monies. So there is some themes here about watching how much you spend, but then there is some themes here about having a really good time. Okay, so enjoy this Valentine's Day week.